Okay. More SD card issues. That's what this is. We got this. It rained really hard. It's muddy. I'm gonna make this quick. We did some gravel work. I did some work up there by the gate, just kind of cleaning that up a little bit, where we had to knock that out. The water line is fixed. The electric line, you see, I snagged, hoping it's okay. Haven't felt good, so I haven't been out here to check it. And I'm not walking through there because that's going to try to swallow me. So we were able to scrape a lot of the driveway up. We just need gravel. I was able to push some of that wood, and then I just followed the edge of the driveway down there to get that. So far, the electric is working like it should, which is awesome. I still have to clean up that. I've got to cut that line and reroute it so it doesn't bust. That filled in with water. That's how much rain we got. We also got 2 or 3 hailstorms the last evening as well. So I woke up yesterday, got what I could done on the skid steer, had to go back. So I came over here. We were able to do quite a bit over here with the amount of time that I had. Got some stumps pulled up and pulled up some of these bushes where they were at. So that was awesome. But we got to get our plumbing put away. It's tight under there. I didn't record it. My arms, hurting the way they do. It was hard for me to be under there anyway, and working above my head, and just tight spaces. It was not a fun time or a time to have the phone trying to record. So the plumbing is done. We replaced everything with PEX. We have some CPVC in the bathroom above the floor that we put in brand new. So I don't think it's going to be an issue. But I had to call it quits yesterday. I had to call it quits because we did all that. We did the plumbing. I hopped on that skid steer, cleaned all that up, dug a trench. We were out here in the dark trying to bury this line, get everything rehooked up, and come out to see water just pouring out of the ground by the frost-free faucet. My wife says I nudged it with a skid steer. I don't think I did because I had eyes on it. But the point is, the ground stays so wet right there, it never packs in tight enough to keep that frost-free faucet tight. Okay, you're constantly just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that's not the first time it's busted right there, so it's not going back there. We've took it out, we've eliminated it. We are going to figure out a faucet on the house, and we'll just have to use 200 foot of hose. But guys, this is a huge breakthrough. We haven't had water steady in this house since October. It has been an absolute nightmare, from something leaking to everything under that house freezing and shattering. It didn't just bust, it shattered, obliterated. So it's been a minute. We've been showering somewhere else, doing laundry somewhere else. It's time to have it back in our home. And whatever this is needs to go away, because I'm tired of the bad luck. I'm tired of the non-stop things going wrong. Things go wrong. I get that. Things go wrong. They do. But not all the stinking time. All the time. I mean, I'm having to rent equipment out here. It seems like every 3 months, try to dig something up and fix it. And it's ridiculous, I'd like to move on to other projects, and I'm going to absolutely try to do that. So we're going to cross fingers, knock on wood, whatever we got to do, that this water line will give me a break. Because I need to get electrical ran through that whole house. And that's going to be time consuming. So I don't have a lot of time to spend digging another ditch up, to fix another water line. So it's all brand new stuff, and it's all failed. The brand new water heater is already having issues with the I don't know what that was about. That is Psycho. Sphinx the Psycho. Anyway, so we hooked everything up. Everything leaked. Okay. The hot water heater, brand new, and it was leaking out of the pressure relief valve. So it has been nonetheless frustrating, and that's not even the word for it. But we're getting through it. We're getting through it. We have water in the house now. I have to replace the ball valve shut off under there because it's leaking now for some reason. I don't know if just an extended time being shut off that it has messed with the seal and created a leak or what, but nonetheless it's got to be replaced. So I'm gonna wait and do that when I redo the way that main line goes into the house. It'll be easier, and I can just do all that at the same time because I have to cut the line regardless. So that's where we're standing on that. I just kind of pushed our pile of crap into a better pile, and unfortunately there is some dirt mixed in it because of scooping stuff up from over here. But man, that is just such a difference looking at that now from what it was. And there was two big ditches in here that ran underneath the foundation that they had, so I had to fill those in. I had to regrade all that, and it's not perfect by any means, but it looks 100% better than when it did. So no, we didn't get rid of the trash, but we got it in one place, so it's not all over the place, and that is better than what it was before, because I can at least handle a pile sitting there, not 1,000 piles. I haven't gotten any further on this guy. Still got to get in there and do some more demo. I'm trying to save what lumber I can out of there, and I think we're going to try to use some of it to add on to the house. We've already discussed it, and it's not set in stone, but that is what we're talking about. Now, I've got you all facing me because we're having memory problems, and I need to know when this thing shuts off, so I'm not talking to myself. But we went down the driveway here with the skid steer, just trimmed a little bit of that out, and I came down here where I cleaned the ditch up, and I cleaned up what I could with the skid steer. So yeah, I gotta get rid of that guy, the poor little thing. I wasn't planning on taking big equipment through there and running it over. It is what it is. It probably would have been in the way of mowing eventually anyway, so it's okay. We have plenty back there and back here behind me. Aren't these trees just beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. I love them. I love them. They're gorgeous. And that's why I want to get that mobile home out of my front yard. I want to be able to look out my window and see these beautiful trees. That and actually have a front yard to enjoy. So I'd love it if I just had a machine here. I could just smash into it, get it done, get it over with, but I don't. So we're doing it by hand. Uh, Other than that, guys, not a whole lot has changed. Oh, we did get the dog pen set up. That was another thing that we got done. I did not show you guys. Excuse me. That took a couple of days because we ended up starting it. I wanted to get the plumbing done. But, yeah. There's, guys. We have a new dog pen. So it's pretty much the same setup as the Emu had, but shorter. And it is working absolutely fantastic. Put a different gate in. So we got one with the mesh. And it's working great. Working great. I had to add a 4x4 here because the dogs could get through there. Unfortunately, the spacing that I measured for the gates is not the way you're supposed to measure it, apparently, so they're a little bit further apart than they should be. I measured the gate and then measured for the hinges also. Apparently, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to just measure for the gate. Anyway, Dakota is doing awesome. Hopefully, I can get a video out here. I have only been working on being able to touch him. I have been successful doing so. Right now it's just his forehead, but he is doing exactly what he needs to do. He is turning towards me. He has actually taken a couple steps toward me, and we're making some progress. This round pin is absolutely fantastic, working great. And we got some new feeders for the horses as well. Let me take the shortcut. I'll be right back with you. Okay, so we had to put up a panel right here because they will go through here, and I'm afraid they'll get hurt. So I'm gonna leave that down so I don't have to walk back around through all that mud and everything else as I get back in the house. But we picked up some new feeders. Why, you might ask? Because Santana has a big problem dumping her feed constantly. She's always pawing at it, and she'll stick her nose down in there and just flop it over. I've put that in videos. But look at this. Isn't that a tire kicker? Get it? Tire kicker. Anyway, guys, they can butt these around, kick them, whatever. That food dish is not coming out of there. They have tried, and instead of chasing buckets around, I have a mountain of tires. This works out perfect. So, no more dumping the feed on the ground. No more kicking the buckets around, breaking them. None of that. One of these days they may stick their foot through that thing, but right now it is working absolutely fabulous. So I think Santana actually gets frustrated because she can't dump her feed. But I've watched them paw at this. I've watched, and they're not hurting it at all. There's no damage to them whatsoever. And I've got to get this dumped. We cleaned out the chicken coop finally. So I don't think anybody spread any new bedding in there yet, but I have been trying to focus on getting a lot of other things done. So just things that are very needed. An update on the toolbox. The top is a mess. Just leave it be, okay? I got to get in here and do something with it, but it's working out great. We completely reorganized. I got some wall hangers, and we're hanging up some tools. We are getting organized here, guys. And we got a new piece of equipment that is already being disrespected. So let me set this up here the way it should be, and we'll show it to you guys. So I picked up a Troy-Bilt 2-cycle leaf blower, backpack blower, so that I can work on a fire line back here for burning that brush pile. And it's getting hard for me to shovel and rake things the way my arm is anyway, so I got a tool that's going to help me do that. And now I can clean the patio off in a breeze. I can clean leaves up. There's a lot of things you can do with a leaf blower. They're not just for blowing leaves. I don't know if you all know that, but yeah. So there's the old hot water heater. I gotta haul it to the scrap pile, but I want to get my valve off of here because that has saved us a few times. And it may end up going on this hot water heater temporarily until we can get a hose valve put in. As unfortunate as that is, we don't have a dryer, so I can run a hose out that, and yeah, that's not a proper thing either. But it would work. Anyway, that's what I do. I make things work. So if we need a place to hook up a hose, well, why not? We're not running hot water through it, we're running cold water through it, and we're able to water the animals. So we don't have to unhook the washing machine and all that. It works. It works. So we've had to, the main reason we had this set up anyway, this valve right here, was in the camper that the chickens are in. We bought a 110 little bitty hot water heater for that, and we had one of those little cute little little bitty personal washing machines. Okay, they call them an apartment style. Yeah, you're lucky to wash a pair of clothes in there, much less a load of any sort. But anyway, cute little bugger needed a place to hook up, so that's what that is. That's how we ran the water to it. And I jumped it onto this one because we didn't have water lines running to the washing machine for some reason. And we do now. We do now. So we ran this to run the washing machine off of until we got the lines ran like we got done. So anyway, guys, everything's coming together. We're making progress. We cleaned up a huge mess. That was huge. We got proper power in here now. We're not rigged together with two different lines. We have an 8-foot ground. I started it with the skid steer. My wife got in the bucket with the post driver and finished it. I didn't put it down as far as it should go because we're wanting to fill this in. We want to make this a parking area, so we're going to be building that up anyway. So I left a little bit higher than, you know, it's not 6 inches out of the ground. It's more probably a foot and a half maybe out of the ground, because we're going to bring every bit of 6 inches of rock in here to make this a parking pad. It's going to be built up quite a bit, so I would actually like to bring it up just below this concrete pad, or right there. I'd like it level with it, but I think we're going to try to keep it just below the edge, so that way we don't have issues of, you know, rock being kicked over here all the time. And you know, a little small, sorry, I'm trying to clean the mud off my shoes because I would like some coffee. We can make a nice parking area, and we can be able to keep the rock where it belongs. And Yeah, that's one of the next projects right there, that ceiling. I wasn't kidding, this place needs some work. Come on. So, inside is next. Electrical, trying to get that done. I'm probably not going to be recording a lot of that because it's going to take me forever. But we are going to see what we can get done, and I can at least show you guys some progress on that, and I can show you the end result. So stay tuned for all that. I'll try to get some more animal videos done, get that out to you guys. But we're making progress in other areas, so I want to show you guys that and keep you up with us on that. Another thing I've got to do, I'm looking at now too, is moving the I got to relocate the hot water heater electric, either putting it in conduit or going up through the floor. I would like to get that one up through the floor. The main electric we're going to leave on the outside of the house. We're going to run it up through conduit and then through the wall that way, instead of trying to dig under the foundation again. I just feel like we're making it unstable under the foundation doing that too many times. So I've already got to do that with the plumbing, and that's why that's not done yet. I got to get in there and do that by hand. I dug it down as far as I can with the excavator, and it's all by hand now. So the problem I'm having is we still have a lake forming under the house, and as soon as I dig down below that foundation, this ditch is going to fill up even more with water. So it's all a work in progress. It's a work in progress, guys. But yeah, we're moving along, guys. We're getting there. It's a little at a time. It is so frustrating sometimes, and you know, when everything keeps going wrong constantly, it makes you want to give up. It really does. And it can bring out the worst in a person. I'm trying not to let it do that, but we're working on it. We are going to get all of this cleaned up. Like I said, it's still a muddy mess. I parked down there, so I'm not shading the area any more than it already gets shaded, so that whatever sun does hit it can dry it up, and we can get out here and do something with it. I don't know how long it's going to take for this ditch to dry up. There are spots of it that just stay wet anyway, so you know, that, and every time that the frost-free faucet was used, certain people didn't want to leave the hose hooked up to it, and it just stayed a muddy mess because they were constantly running water. And then the way that that was sitting and pointing, it was actually driving the water into the ground, right into the ditch that we filled in. So it's pretty hard packed all the way around that ditch. And even in the winter time, guys, we thought we had a water leak the last time we dug it up, because right down here in front of the mobile home, where that ditch ended, when I filled all that back in, there was water pouring out of there. We had a 4 to 6 inch slab of ice thick, and it was every bit of 5 foot wide, 10 foot, 12 foot long, just massive sheet of ice. And the water just kept coming and kept coming. We couldn't figure it out. We thought we had a leak, and we did not. It's groundwater that runs through here. So if this continues being an issue, I'm going to have to rent equipment. I'm going to have to dig it back out, and we're going to have to do some kind of French drain irrigation. So we're going to have to figure something out, because we have got to be able to get in and out of our house. And I've kind of got a feeling that's why the sidewalk wasn't in very good shape either, just because of the ground, being so soft. And when my parents bought this place, they said that there was actual groundwater. They thought that old place over there was turning into a barn. They thought that had a leak because there was water running from there down the driveway. There's no utilities over there. So there's a lot of groundwater that comes down through here. And a part of that is because it's not very deep digging here before you're into clay. And it is that nasty, wet, red clay, and it just doesn't absorb water. It just, once it's wet, it's wet. It's not going to take in anymore. And, it doesn't shed water, or doesn't absorb it once it's wet. It sheds it. And it holds moisture, for a very long time. So when you have a stream coming through of groundwater, it's not a spring or anything. It's just groundwater. It rains and rains and rains and rains and rains, and apparently all the runoff comes through here, because we have groundwater forever. We even had water that seeped out across the driveway into the ditch. It was running that much. So Skittles, don't do that. Ugh. Why do dogs want to eat poop? That's so disgusting. So anyway, guys, we've gotten gates, we've gotten some fencing done, we've got plumbing done. We got a good jump start on our electricity issue. Got that figured out, and hopefully I can get started on running electric. We got a round pin. We at least regraded the driveway. Didn't do a whole lot to it, because there's not a whole lot there to reclaim. I tried hard to reclaim gravel, and there's just nothing left. Nothing left. So I would love to have had more time to get back here behind the house and clean up a lot more of the stumps and things like that, but I guess that's for another time. I feel like I wasted money. I did kind of get screwed this time on the excavator because I didn't even have it for a couple hours, and I should have been billed for a half a day's use, and I was not. I was billed for a full day, and that kind of upset me this time. I told them when I got it, it was only going to be probably half a day because I planned on having it back to them by the time they closed. They decided they were going to do a whole day in case I ran into a problem. Okay, no big deal. But if I'm going to have it half a day, don't bill me for a full day still. You can modify, okay? That was very upsetting because that was over $300. That should have been about $180 to roughly $200 after taxes and things. So it's $180 a day for a half a day. Just kind of frustrating on that part. I shouldn't have been billed $300 for 2 hours of use. That's a half a day, not even half a day. And if I would have known that's the way they were going to do it, I would have kept it and still had it to use this morning. I would have been burying this line with it. I was trying to save some money. That's not how it worked out. So I don't know. And I'm not going to have any options to go anywhere else because they won't let me haul their equipment with my truck. So I'll have delivery fees and pickup fees and all that stuff added to it. So, and they're actually further away. So that cuts into my time of using it. And if I believe correctly, they are on an 8-hour schedule. whereas the company I go through, they are for, you know, half a day. Is you know, they open it, I think it's 8 o'clock in the morning. You have it back by, you know, noon or something like that. And then they have the full day, which is you pick it up at 8 o'clock in the morning, you drop it back off at 5 o'clock in the morning. You can rent it for a full 24 hours, which is what we were doing with the skid steer. We rented it for a full 24 hours. And that's what they were doing with that excavator. I wouldn't have had to have brought it back until, about 1 o'clock this afternoon. So, anyway, it's done. It's over with. Nothing I can do about it. We're going to keep moving forward, and we're going to keep getting things done. And we're going to make this place work. This place is going to be what I want it to be, one way or another. And I don't care how much time that takes. So, I hope you all enjoyed. I don't know when the next video will be. It just depends on how I feel and how things are going. Everybody here has been sick, some kind of weird stomach bug. This comes with a slight fever, and my throat's been kind of scratchy. And it's body aches, and you're miserable. So far, I have not thrown up. I don't believe my wife has, but all of the kids are going through a spell of it. Me and the wife have just had to run to the bathroom to get my drift. So plumbing was necessary. But anyway, guys, I'm trying to feel better. I don't know that I'm going to do a whole lot today. I'm probably just going to chill out and see if I feel better. But I will have videos out as long as this device here in my hand decides to cooperate. I will do them as often as I can, but we're having some issue with the SD card again, and it's ridiculous. I'm about to go to the phone company because I've had it. I can't even find my SD card in the settings menu at all, so I can't do anything with it until the camera says, hey, there's an issue, and then I get to finally access it. And then there's nothing there. There's nothing there to get rid of, so I don't understand where the memory is going. And every update they do to this phone makes it 10 times worse, so bear with me, guys. It's technology, and boy, I'd love to have a camera to do this stuff on. But anyway, I probably wouldn't be able to edit right now because I don't have a new computer that's able to do anything with that type of stuff in any kind of timely manner. It would take me a week just to get you all a video. When I can do it on my phone, and I can get it to you today. So, anyway, we're making progress, guys. We're going to keep making progress, and I'm going to keep bringing you along with me as much as possible. So, just stay with us. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Drop me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and hey, share the channel so other people can see us, and we'll see where we can go, because life's a journey. So we're going on an adventure, and this is a huge one. So we are making huge strides toward our end goal. And that is just, it's amazing. It feels amazing. And anyway, thank you, guys. I'm rambling. So I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope you don't catch whatever this is, because it sucks. So anyway, guys, they're loving it. Those two play all day long. Yeah, she whines because she wants in the house. She's attached to my mother-in-law, and, well, it just is what it is. She's not even supposed to be here. She was supposed to be adopted out a long time ago. And we're stuck with her, apparently. So she's going outside because she messes in my house. So you all have a wonderful, blessed day. And we will see you next time.